what's up, everybody? It's your boy, BULLBOYKENNELS. Today, we got another video here for you. Yes, another Second Sight video. Like I said, I love my Second Sight stuff. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, this one here is The Name of the Rose. So, really, really cool movie with, damn, I always forget his name. Sean Connery. And then you also got the young version of Christian Slater in this movie. And then you also got the dude from, oh man, he plays the red guy. Hellboy. You got Hellboy up in here. Not the character Hellboy, but the guy that plays Hellboy, who also played in Pacific Rim as the bootlegger for the kaijus. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's just go ahead and get into what is included in this here set. So the very first thing is we're going to have the book. Not sure what the book is. If it's, well, it has some like write-ups and stuff of, I don't know, with some pictures in there, kind of give you an idea of what's included. I don't know what kind of book this is. If it's an essay, cast and crew, name of the world of Umberto Eco, elementary, my dear Adso, acknowledgments and production credits. It has a few other stuff, but it says in the past, men were handsome, great. So Muses the monk. Okay, so I guess it has like little like write-ups of some of what the characters are in the movie itself. Now this is an older movie. I'd never seen this movie back in the day, and I don't recall it. So I'm gonna go with I've never seen this. But this was a really, really good movie. Especially if you're into like movies that deal with like the churches and like books of scripture and stuff. Not that there's like a lot of scripture stuff in here, but it does deal with a lot of the church stuff and books being translated. So you have the guy that was brought in to do this investigation, and then they like uncover certain things that were going on. But then there's like a book where everyone that had touched the book, they all like died, but they all had certain signs. They had black on their fingers, and I want to say it was black on their tongue. I want to say it was those two things. So everybody that had that, they all died. So, and then you also had this one chick who was basically like the ghetto girl, slum chick. She ends up finding, old young Christian Slater there, and giving the boy some loving, as they would say, and giving him some loving. Then he ends up kind of like falling in love with her. But then Sean Connery, or at least the character that Sean Connery is playing, he's like, well, is it love or is it lust? Or was she paid to go ahead and do what she did with you? Because she is one of the slum girls. But, here's some of the art cards from the movie. Well, from the characters, I should say. But yeah, she ends up not really like having building a relationship with the young Christian Slater, but he feels some kind of way about her. Here is that photo of what did I say his character is? Hellboy. I forget his name, but that's the character that he played in the movie. Basically, he was like the hunchback in the movie. Kind of special, as some would say. But yeah, it was good. I mean, he played a good role, and he even spoke some Spanish, which was like dead on perfect. I was like, okay, I see him. See him talking some Espanol. And then I guess some Latin and then some whatever else he was in there talking that you don't quite understand. As far as for the movie itself, here's the front and back cover of the case. So it's like a wraparound artwork. Pretty cool there. Inside doesn't have any artwork, but it does have the 2 discs. Was it the Blu-ray and the 4K? I ended up watching the 4K disc. Looked pretty good. Not anything that you're gonna be like, oh man, that was so gorgeous. Not anything like that, but definitely a good looking film. Much better than the Dead Man's Shoes as far as visual quality. Like it was leaps and bounds above that one for sure. So, you know, maybe it's just the material that they have to work with anyways. But this was a really good movie. I did enjoy this. You know, you get some of the people getting, you know, kind of like crucified, but they're gonna get, you know, burnt at the I don't know what they call it, burnt at the stake. You know, kind of like they do the witches of the Salem. How they put them on a pole and light the ass on fire, or at least, you know, start the fire around them and then burn them up that way. You know, that's kind of what they did with those people towards the end there. But I mean, it was really good movie though. Also, the book is a 120-page book with new essays. So that's what that book is. But yeah, really good film though. So I would definitely recommend to watch The Name of the Rose. You know, even if you just stream it, you know, you don't have to go out and buy it. You can definitely stream it, I guess. But it was a really good film though. You know, and the story is really good. And then especially like in the I don't want to call it a castle, but we'll just call it like a mini castle that they're in, where all like the scripture books are at, that the people are translating and stuff. It's kind of almost like a maze in there, but then with like secret areas. But yeah, I mean, it is an old movie, so you know, basically the person that was like the head honcho person up in there, he was the one, you know, doing all the tomfoolery along with another dude that kind of like this crazy hair dude that kind of like sticks out to the side. You know, the main dude, you know, he was against like laughing and stuff or joking. But in the scriptures that they were translating, you know, like everything was okay. And he was against doing all that. So, like, that was a big part of the story. But it was good, though. Like I said, I definitely enjoyed the story. Enjoyed the film. It was good. I liked it. You know, especially seeing a young Christian Slater. Because as soon as I popped in the movie, I was like, damn, that's Christian Slater when he was young. So that'll tell you how how way back this movie here goes. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely check out The Name of the Rose. I think you would definitely enjoy that one. And like I said, if you're really into them like crazy slow burns, then check out Dead Man's Shoes. Is it called Dead Man's Shoes? Yeah, Dead Man's Shoes. You know, definitely check that one out. Check that one out as well from Second Sight. Other than that, hey, it's been your boy BULLBOYKENNELS, and as always, keep them scratching. Peace. We up out of here.